is time. It is time to brew your best beer. The 2015 SJPORR Challenge is brought to you by the Grainville Homebrew Supply, located in Red Lion, Pennsylvania. Brewers Exchange, operating in the U.S. and Canada. Finney's Homebrew Emporium, located in Bishopdale, Christchurch, New Zealand. And Omega Yeast, located in Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, okay, so this is going to be my SJPORR Challenge tasting number 7, I believe. Unfortunately, Eastern Hub, Joe, if you're out there, you sent me a list that had all the beer styles and special ingredients, but for some reason only a couple of them printed out, so or showed up on the list, so I don't have all of them. But you know what? It's kind of cool because we're supposed to be scoring these things on what we think of the beer overall, so kind of sometimes not knowing the beer style makes it a little more interesting, I guess. So anyway, in that vein, I'm going to go ahead and knock out beer F70-264-04A. Looks like A. Let me hold that up there. Got a little bit of spillage on there, so I could be wrong. Anyway, it's kind of dark looking, so we'll see what kind of beer this is. Ooh, good hiss, a lot of smoke. I would say this is definitely a bottle-conditioned beer. I see the foam rising inside the bottle. So I'll go ahead and do a pour here. I'm going to have to be careful with this one. Oh yeah, that's a... Gotta be careful with that one. I'll stop it right there. This is the Dogfish Head glass I have here that's got the little curve at the top that makes it foam up, but we'll let this settle for a minute. Anyway, yeah, so I guess we'll start with appearance here. It's, you know, almost midnight black. Speaking of which, did you see the blood moon last night? Pretty cool, wasn't it? I was in Colorado and it was pretty amazing. The head is about an inch and a quarter, and it is not quite tan, but pretty close. It's not. I wouldn't say it's off-white. The bubbles are yeah, pretty packed together there. That's a nice looking foam. Let's go ahead and go in for a smell. Again, I've told you before, my nose isn't that great, but I'm digging the smell on this. Smells kind of like vanilla. Although I could be wrong, I'm not like my wife. She's got the nose of a great white shark. She can smell a drop of blood in a swimming pool. I am not that good. I don't smell any toasted notes or anything like that. It's dark, and you would expect it to kind of smell like a porter or something. I'm not getting that. I'm getting, like I said, kind of a slight aroma of vanilla. So anyway, all right, we'll go in for a taste here. I would say that it's probably a bit over carbonated. Just doing the mouthfeel, you know, it's almost too carbonated. It's I can't quite get the mouthfeel on it. I can't tell if it's a little, you know, thicker or thinner, or because the carbonation's kind of overpowering it. But it's got a very nice flavor to it. It's funny, you get kind of a toasty, dark chocolate taste on the back of your tongue towards the end, and I didn't get the smell of a toasty, but yeah, it smells like vanilla. But I guess I taste the vanilla a little bit. Yeah. I taste the vanilla a little bit. Again, I don't know what's in this beer. I don't know what kind of beer style it is. If I had to guess, I'd say a porter. I think it's a bit over-carbonated, almost, for me. I mean, I think that if it was a little less carbonated, it might have, you know, would have been really super, actually, but the carbonation kind of overpowers it. I don't know if it's because it's bottle conditioned. Maybe there was too much priming sugar. I've never personally done bottle conditioning, so I'm not really sure. So I can't really speak. I've got a counter pressure filler that goes out of my keg, so I kind of get it carved the way I want, and then I bottle it. But so I can't really knock them for it. But yeah, it's a nice beer. I just wish that it wasn't quite so carbonated. So good job. F70-264-04 Alpha. Cheers. Hey, so here's the cool thing about the SJPORR challenge. And first of all, Stephen J. Poor, you're the freaking man. This is I can't tell you how much fun this is, and I can't wait to come up to your store up in Pennsylvania, come see you and talk to you in person. And as I said, I would love to do what you're doing right now. Anyway, I wanted to come back because I think I might have given an unfair description of this beer here, F70-264-04 Alpha. When I first tasted it, you know, it came out really carbonated, but I think I've let this thing sit and kind of warm up a little bit. And as it warms, now I'm smelling the aroma, and it smells totally different. It's warmed up a little bit, and you should put that in your instructions that, hey, whoever the brewmaster is that made this, let this thing kind of warm up a little bit before you taste it, because the smell explodes. It reminds me of when you're mashing and you open up the igloo and you stick your face in there and you smell the mash. This smells really good now. Before, I think I was getting a kind of a vanilla flavor. Now I'm getting the whole mash. It smells really nice, and you taste it. Yeah, it's a beautiful balance. The carbonation is perfect now that it's set for a while. I'm getting a lot of malt up front, not a whole lot of hops, just enough to balance it. I'm getting a lot of malts. So I'm going to go back and the scores that and I hadn't put them in the website yet, but the scores that I did for you, I'm going to go back and pump those bad boys up because the carbonation settled down. I don't know if it's because it was bottle conditioned or whatever, and if it's too cold it foams up, but you really, if you haven't tasted, fellow competitors out there that are scoring this, if you haven't tasted F70-264-04 Alpha yet, let it warm up a little bit before you drink it, and I promise you, it's like a 200% different beer. Really nice. Good job. Cheers.